Greetings, nerds. Somebody in my Discord, link in the description if you haven't joined yet, asked me to review the pigments that are in this painting here. This is the Visitation by Portomo. It was painted somewhere around 1528 to 1530, so using that we can extrapolate what pigments were used. But this painting is a bit of an outlier here because of the high vibrant chroma colors that we're looking at here. Very, very vibrant. Now, the as you can already see, I have the orange here circled. So this is going to be a mixture of lead tin yellow and natural cinnabar. This is natural cinnabar. This is vermilion. They're two different colors. As you can see, when we actually have them, we move this over real quick. Vermilion is more red, cinnabar is more orange. Let's go back to the painting. The hair, I believe, is also vermilion or cinnabar. I read the blog for the person who did the restoration just to confirm what I thought, and it didn't really have too much information about the pigments in here. They called the hair vermilion, so it could be that it has cinnabar in there. But the cloak here, that's cinnabar, that's lead tin yellow, that's, lead white. Now, I don't have lead tin yellow here, so I can't show that off. If you want to buy me some lead tin yellow, there is a Ko-Fi link down below. It's like $40 for a couple grams of it. So, yeah, it's expensive. Or you can, pay $100 and get a tube of it from Michael Harding. So, either way, it's a very expensive pigment, so I don't have it at the moment. The green here, now this was done by a glazing technique, and how we know it was done by a glazing technique is because that is malachite. Malachite is very delicate, very transparent green. It's very high chroma, as you can see, for the time. It's nothing like a phthalo, of course, but it's an incredibly bright green pigment. Because you can't mix those bright greens with the yellows, the blues that they had, because the blues that they had were azurite, lapis lazuli, and I cannot remember the third one from the time. Egyptian blue, technically speaking, but azurite and lapis lazuli were the main two that you would see. Speaking of the blue here is azurite. We can tell it's azurite because of how green it is. It's got that tealish quality to it. And that's one reason why we know it's azurite, because that and also the, radio spectroscopy, spectrography, or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah. The green hues coming out of that prove that it is azurite. Now, there are two different forms of azurite here, a bright one and a darker one. The most common version is going to be this darker one here. It's very gritty and kind of nasty to work with as well. The cowls here, these are going to be a mixture of different oxides, including green earth. Now, genuine Verona green earth is what I believe was on here. That's going to be more blue than this typical stuff you can find. This is Bohemian green earth, the more common variant of it these days. And when you buy green earth, this is typically what you're going to find, something like this. It's a delicate color, once again, very transparent, very weak tinter. So another glaze technique right there, most likely. Same with azurite. Azurite is typically done in a glaze because of how transparent it is. The pink is what was the huge question here. So the pink dress, or what of the cloak. Now, it's super bright. It doesn't make much sense. You don't see colors like that all that often. especially for the time frame. This is rose madder. Now, I don't have genuine rose madder. I have Madder Lake, which is similar to it. They're both the same thing, but Madder Lake is darker and it's more vibrant of a red. You can't really tell because you have to really like swatch it out to see. But yeah, that's the actual laked pigment. Now, what a lake pigment is something that's not. I'm not going to get into this video because this is about the painting, but it's a very it's a pigment, but it's also a dye, technically speaking. It's a dye that's mounted on something. But yeah, that's about it. The greens here, I believe that contains lead, tin, yellow, and azurite. That's what I believe it is. Uh, I read through the blog. There is really nothing there. The eyes speak of, lead white and green earth. The noses contain cinnabar and stuff like that. The black here is carbon black and ash gray. Yeah, there is really not much else in terms of pigments here other than, random, as I said, random Italian oxides. So that's about it. Hopefully this answers all the questions. So there you go. Bye or something.